Welcome back to Metal Heroes Review, episode number 51. With this particular one, we are discussing episodes 9 through 12 of the series. 9 and 12, I'm going to discuss these two first because these two are two loosely connected episodes. Most of 12 is a follow-up from 9, but there's a reason for it. Now, 9 does feature the return briefly of Nero's human form. First, it's been seen in the series at this point since episode 3. Yeah, it's been a little bit of time. So, you find out in this episode that Metalder has never done before. He wants to have a dream. So Nero's like, give me hair gross. And then you see him entertaining a basically human woman who turns out to be his wife. And by the end of the episode, well, that the end is set up for episode 12. So, of course, Miller battles Heracross in the episode. He gets a hallucinating dream, and then eventually, well, there's like a spore inside. Eventually, gets destroyed when Heracross gets killed. Yeah, this is kind of weird because we just saw this guy back in episode 8 where he got punished for interfering in the plan of the character's episode. It was just in the previous episode. Here he returns and he's the monster of the episode. And he does defeat it. He ends up spewing like guts out, like this goo, like almost like confetti, and then he finally explodes. But then we see his remains, and then we see the woman who turns out her name is Wisdom. Yes, this is Wisdom. And she picks up an earring that he had. And this sets up basically events episode 12, where Nero's beginning to deceive his own people in the episode by habits where Wisdom goes to get revenge Metalder for killing her husband. Oh, it's found in the episode she's actually pregnant with Heracross' child. Yep. And we see her briefly fight him in the episode. Eventually she has to stop because she has to protect her child. Meanwhile, though, there is a ninja robot who's sent out to find Metalder's base. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. 12 episodes in, and now we decide to look for the base? Not for the first episode? Not really, no. So basically, Cheryl Robots, of course, Metalder basically fights him off, and he saves Wisdom. He's like, your wisdom? Like, this is actually the wisdom that Heracross was talking, because he said wisdom before he passed away. And then he finds, 2 heartbeats. And then he did a little research at his base. Turns out he finds out that she's actually pregnant. So, he protects her while basically he fights with the Shadow Shinobi robot, and in the episode on a cliffhanger. Presumably he may have defeated the robot, I'm not sure. But the woman gets away. She will return one more time after this in episode 15. Yep. But that's 9 and 12 in a nutshell. But as for 10 and 11, 10 is an episode where, we start out with Neros, where he's remodeling one of the robots to basically battle Metalder. And it turns out this actually is the court musician who plays a violin. Yeah, he used a violin. Of course, we also have a bit of a development on Metalder's part where we find out that basically that his creator's late son had what was very talented in music. Like, okay, interesting. So he imitates basically a violin, and of course he does fight him in the episode. He does get defeated ripping up the special heart piece that Nero's getting, but instead of, killing him, he allows him to play, of course, let him play his one music. He plays it all, he's starting to enjoy it. And then when the armored thing almost decided to destroy him for apparently failing to kill Metalder. Yeah. And supposedly he survives. By the way, his name is Rhapsody. Yes. I wonder if that's a nod to the Queen song Bohemian Rhapsody. Who knows? 11 is noteworthy for being a first in the series, where it's a complete focus on the Nero's Empire. Where we start with this guy called Bull Kid, where he's fighting Metalder and he loses, but he's able to actually, live. And then we see him get repaired by this humble Roman named Bowing, which of course he doesn't know this is the legendary hero until his disciple Gurkog basically mentions it when he decides to desert because he's tired of all the fighting. So he runs away. So he's declared a deserter at this point, but we'll find out more. So then he decides meets up with him, and of course, basically he gets captured for aiding and abetting. And Barwin basically is able to find out thanks to Boku, who actually finds him, thanks to, get this, looking at Gogcog's boot. Like, I'll find out where he is. I know where he is. So he manages to find him and has a fight with him. Basically wants him to train him to beat Metalder. Ends up basically defeating him, and he dies. So he ends up rescuing his he tries to disciple, but basically his commander is like, well, here's the thing: his commander volunteered to go himself to kill him, and there was like, fine, but you take the Armor Corps support, the Armor Tank support. Okay. Yep. So, and of course, in exchange for him being freed, you have to kill Metalder. If you lose, all your honors and your awards will be stripped from you. And he goes to fight him. Yep. He fights a really good battle. Even though he loses, he lost, and apparently, and he requests like no interference because basically the monsters like interfering in each other's battles. So he agrees to it. He swears basically no interference. Which, here's the thing. He actually keeps his word. Yes, he keeps his word to his subordinate that, by the way, he used to be one of the great generals under him. He was retired. They say, I've read a couple different sources exactly why this happened. Like, the reason I've read apparently for this is because he got tired of fighting because he retired undefeated. So, that's presumably what happened here. It was not due to the fact he got old. That has nothing to do with it. It's just that he retired undefeated. That was kind of what I read. But it's never said in the episode. But that's just a fan theory people probably have. He basically kept winning constantly at battle, so he just retired undefeated. That's why he became a humble hereby. So after he's defeated, his commander, who is not, let's see if I can find his name here. Balski. Yes, Balski. Yeah, so in honor for his service, even though he did die, Bowing did die in his, and this is a definite. This was his sole appearance in this. Well, actually, he does return once after this, but still, but yeah, he doesn't get brought back until like before the series is even over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he basically is allowed to keep him a legend, and he'll die protecting his reputation. Yeah, but really good 4 episodes. Yes. I don't think any of these are bad. Nope. 9 and 12 basically feel like basically two loose connected episodes for the serialization. Not exactly serialized per se. It's more like, I appreciate though that they did this episode 12. They did it 3 episodes after Hairgross's defeat. And here we're doing a follow up to it, which I think is quite interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really good stuff here. Mm-hmm. Anything? Okay. Oh, by the way, the Tag Brothers briefly returned in this episode. First, they appeared since episode 7. Yeah, when they show up in episode 9, because they last appeared in episode 7 where they got defeated. But apparently they were allowed to live because they're powerful, because they're good fighters. That's my guess what happened. So he fights them, and then they get beaten. Yep. And they're not seen again into episode 23. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're going to get to that, don't worry. Yep. Yeah, but I definitely enjoyed these episodes. Oh, yeah, definitely. And I just cannot wait for the rest. And if you're really curious, like, how many more episodes they go? Well, so, okay, so I had decided basically I was going to stop at 25, and then I changed it to 24, and then hopefully this doesn't change anytime soon. I am stopping at episode 26. You'll find out the reason when I get to it. So overall, I have, guess I'm 12 episodes in. I have exactly 27 episodes left to go for the entire series. But for my break, 14 to go. So it might finish up soon, but next thing I'll watch is my comic corner. My comic corner will be Case Closed. That is a definite. I'm watching that next. And I'll watch 2 episodes of that one because there's a new episode today. And then right afterwards, take a brief break, read some comic books, and then watch Tales of Blood Rings. And probably tonight I might get a chance to finish. I might continue watching Metalder. How far I get through it, who knows? But next up is a comic corner. Okay, thanks for you. Bye.